And speaking of tough year and tough grade, this 1908S. So I was hoping for a red-brown grade from PCGS, but they once again said questionable color. And I once again said, to heck with that, I'm sending it to NGC, where I got MS60. All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to what is going to be a really cool video. That's because it's another crack out video. Everyone loves to see this sort of content. I personally love this content as well. When other YouTube creators, Ben the Coin Geek, does a crack out video, I am always one of the first to watch it because I think it's so interesting how you can regrade some coins and sometimes get higher grades. Sometimes they grade the same, and sometimes they downgrade. And oh boy, do we have all of that in store for you today. We have old holders, we have new holders, we have crossing between companies, we have ANACS coins down here, a little bit of everything, including, yes, some details coins as well. So we'll see if we can get them into straight graded holders and what happens. Nearly 20 crack out crossover coins. This is going to be good. So like and subscribe, buckle up, and let's get into this. All right, starting at the top left, we have this gorgeous 1934D Mercury dime. Great PL, kind of dye polished surfaces, not quite full bands, but a really eye-appealing coin. Just a phenomenal look to it. So I sent it in originally, NGC, I think just economy or standard grading, and it graded MS65, and I'm like, come on. I was definitely a little disappointed in that. I wanted a star or some sort of a cool designation to appreciate this coin's beauty. So I took it to the Baltimore show, dropped it off in my show grading submission, and what do you know, instead of a 5, we now have a 66 plus. Isn't that wild? Same company, just 1 week apart. Clearly a different grader with a different eye who appreciated the surfaces on this coin a little bit more than the previous grader. So anyway, I'm happy with that. Not that it's a hugely valuable coin, but 66 plus is a great grade. I knew it wasn't a 5. So that's definitely a win. So this next one was graded MS64 by PCGS. You can tell already that this is definitely nicer than an MS64. You'd probably agree with me. It's got, once again, nice kind of semi-PL dye polished surfaces on the reverse at least. So I was hoping for at least a 5. Bam, MS65. So very small upgrade. Only goes up like, what, $80? So after the grading, I probably hardly will make much, but still, it's the principle. I won't allow a gem coin to be in a 4 holder. So that's 2 for 2. Next up, we have this Buffalo nickel. It's got this cool kind of golden tone to it. I just really liked it. I thought it would grade a 66 from the original MS65 old fatty holder. So as you guys know, old green holders, old fatties, old ANACS holders are usually undergraded oftentimes. So you can easily get some upgrades when you submit them. But this one stayed the same. No upgrade there. So in hindsight, I should have left it in the fatty 5, which would have been better probably than a new PCGS, but still, it's a same grade crossover in a way. I was hoping for the 6, but not today. All right, 1953 S quarter. I just really liked this thing. It had a lot of luster and great eye appeal going on. Very few marks. I think it jumps a little bit in 67, so I said, you know what, it's worth a shot. It might go 7. Sent it in from a 66 old fatty to a PCGS 66. So once again, same grade and a downgrade somebody would consider it because we no longer have the holder from the 80s. 2 upgrades and 2 same grades. Next up, we have this 1893 proof V-nickel. Really nice coin. Love the back. Definitely getting MS66 or 66 plus vibes off the back, but the front was a little hazy and a few tick marks going on. I still thought it had a shot at a 6, which is why I bought it in the 65 holder and tried the breakout game. But as you will see for the 3rd time in a row, it just crossed over at the same grade. What do you guys think? I definitely think it's a nice coin. All these coins will be for sale. So if you're interested, as always, just hit me up, link down below. But I'll take it. But once again, losing money, all said and done with the time and effort and the regrade cost. All right, let's move on to these Lincoln cents. As you can see, PCGS did not like any of the next 4 coins. They called them all details for various reasons. This 1916 was questionable color, which this was out of an album that's been sitting for 40 years, and it was marked MS65 as if he like broke the coin out of a 65 holder. So I thought this coin would straight grade. PCGS didn't think so. Sent it to NGC, and what do you know? MS65 red brown. Again, not a very valuable coin, but definitely a flashy, cool, nice, lustrous coin. Just barely didn't make the full red designation because of that kind of toning there on the front below the chin, but would have been nice, but still a cool coin nonetheless. Beats a details grade, that's for sure. Next up, we have another questionable color, 1931S. I guess PCGS got a little spooked when I sent so many coins in. It's because they were from an original album. Like I said, I had basically every year in uncirculated condition. Questionable color, I mean, yeah, it's got some toning going on, some blues and some stuff. In my opinion, not questionable at all. So I sent it to NGC and 64 brown. That's more like it. Tougher year, so we'll definitely take that. Next up for the details pennies, we have this 1871 that PCGS said environmental damage. As you can see, it's got a slightly darker look to it, nice dark chocolate look, which in PCGS's opinion was just too much, and they thought it borderlined on the more so corrosive, environmentally damaged look. I disagreed, sent it to NGC, and what do you know? AU50. Holy smokes, I was not expecting AU. I mean, yeah, it's a nice coin, but I was thinking like XF40, maybe 45 on a really good day, but with this color, I thought for sure they would have taken it down to like a 40. But I can't believe it. AU50. That is an awesome coin. I think it's worth about 500 bucks. This will go quick. This is a tough year and a tough grade for Indian collectors. And speaking of tough year and tough grade, this 1908S, not something you see every day, especially with red surfaces. Now, it's not fully red in my opinion. It's got a little bit of brown going on, so I was hoping for a red-brown grade from PCGS, but they once again said questionable color. And I once again said, to heck with that, I'm sending it to NGC, where I got MS64 red-brown. Bang, that's a big winner chicken dinner. I probably would have been happy with a 3, but I'll most certainly take a 4. So that's a big win in my opinion. We're 3 for 3 on the, no, we're 4 for 4 on the details pennies, and we got one more coming down here soon on the ANACS. But let's go to a Lincoln real quick, 57D. NGC called this a 66. I sent in like 20 of them. I got all 5s and 6s, but I said, you know what? This is the nicest one of the bunch. Let me do a show grading PCGS on this. So even though this coin was only worth like 20, 30 bucks in a 66 holder, I cracked it out, paid PCGS $75 to show grade it, or $70, whatever it is, and bam, I got the grade, 67 red. I think it jumps to 300, 350 bucks in this grade. Beautiful coin, nice kind of toning, frosted toning, gem, superb gem of a coin. So I'm really happy it got the 67. That is a nice upgrade, even though you might not think it goes up much, it just 10x the value. So that was big. Oh, we got one more questionable color PCGS penny here. Like I said, they just went to town detailing a bunch of them. Questionable color. What's so questionable about this? I don't see anything wrong with this coin. Just looks like a nice, well-preserved, uncirculated Indian cent. So I sent it right back to them, and this time around, PCGS called it 63 brown. It's like, what the heck? This is like 1 month apart. Same economy, you know, grader probably looked at it. So anyway, I'll take that. That's 5 for 5 on the details Indian cents. Before I knock off the label, let's just do the final details Indian cent. We're going from ANACS to PCGS. ANACS said spots tool, AU55 details. Now, I see what they're talking about. It's that dark spot below of, but I didn't really see anything wrong with it. Like, yeah, okay, it's a dark spot. Maybe somebody tried to like flick it off with their fingernail and by accident put a couple light scratches through it. You can't even tell. Like, so I said, you know what, it's worth a shot. Maybe it'll straight grade. PCGS called it. Bang, AU55. Hey, at least they agreed on the grade. They just didn't agree on the originality of the surfaces, I guess. So we'll take that. Beautiful coin. Easy coin to sell. All right, next up, another Buffalo Nickel, 1925. I thought this coin had a great look to it. So when it was graded a 64 by NGC, I said, you know what? I think this will go 65. PCGS didn't give it a 5. They kept it an MS64. Didn't upgrade, but at least it crossed over to PCGS, and it's still a great coin at the end of the day. All right, let's take it back in time to 1854 with this half cent. Once again, really nice coin. This came out of an NGC MS61 holder. You can see some nice luster there. Cohen one, probably a common variety, not sure. What do you guys think? It was previously in an NGC 61. My plan with this coin was to carefully conserve it. It had a lot of kind of just green gunk on it. It looked a little hazy. I thought if I conserved it, cleaned it up properly, that I'd be able to get an MS 62 or 63. But we have a slight problem. It did not go to plan. Even though the coin turned out amazing in my opinion, apparently I revealed a little bit of wear, I guess, somewhere on the coin. I'm still not exactly seeing it because PCGS called it AU58. Uh-oh, we just downgraded 2 points. That's not good. But hey, this is the first downgrade of the whole bunch, or nearly of my whole crack-out career, so I'll take that as pretty good odds. Just like some people say, you got to be losing money on some coins or else you're not buying enough. Well, you got to be downgrading some coins in the crack-out game or else you're not cracking out enough, I guess. It's one way you could look at it. I don't do this a lot, but I just kind of accumulated all these coins over the months to make a cool video for you guys. So anyway, that kind of blows. Certainly didn't go as planned, but hey, it's not a super valuable coin, and now an everyman collector, AU58 collector, is going to want it just because of that grade. So I'll probably lose like $100 on it. Is what it is. At least it looks a lot more pretty now, in my opinion, and it's properly conserved so that PVC green gunk won't spread and ruin the surfaces anymore. All right, change your tunes to a walking Liberty half. Let me cover up both these grades. So what do you guys think NGC called this originally? With a slightly older holder, probably a 20-year-old holder. What do you think they called this coin? Go ahead, take a look at it. Give it a second. Okay, there we go. So what do you reckon they called this? Feel free to write it down if you're keeping track of all these, or comment it down below. So 20 years ago, NGC said this coin was a 66. That's a pretty high grade. Just slightly better date, nothing exceptionally rare, but in high grade, they do get pretty tough on this 1936p. So I saw this coin, I'm like, dang, that is a really, really nice 6. I think it'll 6+ in today's modern holder. So I sent it to PCGS. Forgot if I did show grading or if I mailed this one in, but I was shooting for a 6+. And what do you know? They called it a 67. Wow, a full grade bump. I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, it's a great, great coin. Super mark free, super lustrous. Definitely a sweet looking coin. So I'm just really happy. Great grade for a great coin. Who can complain about that? So this, I think, just went up like $800 in value. So that was a major, major winner chicken dinner. I think we got 2 of those so far. All right, can we make it 3? This 1895 proof Indian. Look at the color on this thing. Look at the eye appeal. This is a zinger if I've ever seen it. So I saw it in this older, once again, 20-year-old holder, PCGS, proof 64 red. And I said, okay, definitely looks red, and it might squeak out a 5 because it is just that nice. I mean, it is blazing luster. Can you guys see that? Just the cartwheel on this thing is magnificent. And hey, the back is pretty nice too. But when I cracked it out, I noticed there, once again, were a few more scratches that I couldn't really see on the reverse. Can you guys see them? Right above 1. Right there. Right above the O in 1. I didn't notice that when I cracked it out. Only once I got the coin raw. And I'm like, shoot. There goes my chance at a 65. I thought maybe it could get a 4+. Well, after the show grading, uh-oh, hang on. We went from a 4 red to a 4 red brown. I thought for sure this would grade red. Do you guys agree with the red brown? I don't know. I guess it was on the borderline and I shouldn't have cracked this, because now I just lost, what, $150 downgrade, whereas it would have gone up a bunch if it hit a 65 red. But unfortunately, those scratches kept it out of the holder. Right there, you can see them. So yeah, 64 is the max this coin's going to get, and clearly they thought it lost some of the red. So that is another loser, not chicken dinner, and yeah, is what it is. So that's 2 now that have quote-unquote downgraded. Even though it stayed the same numerical grade, the red-brown is a downgrade. So is what it is. Definitely have a lot more winners than losers, but hey, no one ever likes losing. Okay, 44S, really, really nice coin once again. NGC called it 67, so we're already talking a superb coin. But I was thinking, will PCGS call it like a 7+ and just go crazy with it? This came out of an original roll I bought, so I know it's a fresh coin, and hoping for the 7+. but I just got the 7. So once again, not bad. I'll take it. Crossed over, worth a little more in this holder. Beautiful, beautiful coin. We'll call that an okay result. Now this coin, the final coin, is anything but an okay result. You might be wondering, is it a bad result or is it a great result? Well, you tell me. MS63 1926S, really tough coin. You rarely see an uncirculated 23S, and you rarely see them on top of that with a full head. This one is not a full head. If it was, it'd be worth like 4 times as much. So yeah, just a tough coin in general in all uncirculated grades. This one, NGC called MS63, a somewhat fresher holder. I'll actually put in a video of this coin before when I bought it, and you can see how gross it looked in the 63 holder. Yeah, so as you can see, the coin that I just showed looks nothing like this coin. Is it the same coin, you're wondering? Well, yes, it is. This is just after I worked my little conservation magic. And if you're thinking I'm like crudely cleaning these coins, definitely not. I'm doing basically the same procedure that PCGS would do, except I don't have to pay them the $50 or wait the 6 months for the conservation to be done by them. I simply do it myself. So I got the coin looking amazing, properly conserved, no more nasty PVC. There was literally like PVC on the coin. So I figured that is what put it into a 3 holder. So I said, if I can get it looking white and properly presentable, maybe, just maybe I could get the 4 or maybe a 3+. But I knew there was a chance it could stay in the 3 because at the end of the day, it does have a few marks and it is a weaker strike after all. But I am proud to say that after a show grading run to, I think, Baltimore or Long Beach, it came back a PCGS MS64. Bang, 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 another winner chicken dinner. I paid, I think, $1,000 for the coin in a 3, and now I'm pretty sure it's worth $1,800 or maybe $2,000 in the 4. I got to look it up, but that is a big upgrade. Beautiful coin. This will sell quick. Premium quality coin, properly conserved. Gorgeous coin for a Standing Liberty collector. So that will that'll sell pretty quick too, I would imagine. So, and don't click out just yet. I got 2 more coins for you. Starting off with this 1884 O Morgan. These ones are separate because I lost the original label, but I'll just tell you that this coin came out of an Unk Details cleaned holder. You can see some hairlines there at the top, right there, between states and of. But I figured, you know what, it's a dimple coin. You're going to see more marks and more hairlines reflecting up at you. You can see some in front of the face right there as well. But it's an extremely flashy proof-like / dimple coin that's going to be common for it. So I thought, I'm going to send it to NGC. Hopefully they just put it in a holder, albeit maybe 1 grade less, to net down for the hairlines going on. So anyway, I'm proud to say we got another nice winner. We got it into a 2 dimple holder from an Unk Details cleaned holder. So it doesn't quite capture very well on video just how reflective this thing is. It's definitely dimple, or dipple, whatever NGC calls it, their designation of dimple, and super reflective, nice coin, definitely not PL. It makes the dimple, and I'm very happy with that coin. Not that it's worth a ton, but anyway, one more that's going to require a video flashback because I misplaced the card somewhere, but I'll go ahead and roll the clip now of what it used to be. So there you have it. It was previously a 65 red-brown NGC coin, and I said, no. This coin, premium quality, great eye appeal, basically 100% red. Yeah, maybe a slight bit of like natural toning that darken it down just a little, but not enough to go red-brown. No. So I sent it to PCGS, and to end this video on a great note, we got the 65 red grade. What an awesome coin. Premium quality, all original, fresh out of an album for 40 years, like a couple of these other coins. Super happy with this one. Wow. Gorgeous coin. So that is a successful crack out day, I'll tell you. Look at all these upgraded coins. A couple downgrades, a couple sideways, same grade crossovers, but definitely a good fair share of upgrades, including a couple big winners like that walking half, the 26S, and that Indian right there that just increased probably $600 in value. And if you stay till the end, you get to see if you won the giveaway from last video. I'll randomly select a comment right there. Congratulations on your free silver $50. Shoot me an email and let me know if you want a Barber, Walking, Franklin, or Kennedy. So drop a comment down below if I should do more of these crackouts and crossover videos. I'd be happy to make more if you want. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Comment down below your favorite coin of the batch, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.